Hi, I'm Jonathan Doge. I'm the owner of Shootersolutions. I'm going to attempt here to restore this putter from Gary Brown, the exact model Tiger Woods used to win the 1997 Masters tournament. Gary Brown purchased his putter in 1997, and it works great for him. This model of putter is always mirror finish, spit shine, gun blue, and oil right out of the box when it's brand new. After 4 to 5 years, though, of use in Florida, it was developing, fitting, and a kind of a Browning personality. Gary sent it to the Titleist company, whereupon for restoration, and they entitled it Bacon Bluing. Bacon is a paint. Like promised out of the box, it looked perfect, as good as new. A little problem, though, is all 4 to 5 years of rust had reappeared within 3 to 6 months of use. All of it, as if nothing had been done to it, at least with respect to the rust, that is. I'm not knocking the rest of it, but the rust didn't stay away at all. Very recently, Gary lent the putter to a close friend who, out of courtesy, was concerned with the rust. So he soaked it in a container he had heard of doing in cola. Ouch, as far as the finish is concerned. It needs some bluing now. So Gary sent it back to the Titleist company for an agreed-on $200 restoration in Bacon. But what either of them didn't know is it had been there once before, and he didn't know it couldn't be done a second time with the same Bacon temperatures, because they explained to him that the insert would pop out or the handle would pop off because the epoxy can only handle so much heat. So Gary said, well, what do I do if I don't want it hot glued because I don't want to change the handle? I don't want to change the way it works. So a guy on the phone said, well, try cold gun blue. So Gary decided to look that up and decided to use Shootersolutions rugged gun bluing kit after talking with me about it. But then when he discovered how much work it was going to be as far as the preparation and getting rid of the rust and cleaning the metal and wearing gloves and all that sort of stuff, he decided, could you help me out and do it for me? So, sure. So he sent it UPS, second day insured, well packaged, and here it is, with the logo face looking at you. This picture doesn't show the rust as well as the next pictures, because the camera has a harder time showing it than our eye can see. Our eye can see brown way better than the camera can, I'll tell you. But the Trillium copper is not looking good, and it is stamped with the stampings of the 1997 model. Here is a better view of the brown rust to the left in the striking face, and if you look real closely and you have a good monitor, you might be able to see some of the rest of the rust as well. Not much bluing or coating on top remains on the head, especially in the final picture of the series. This picture is rotated 90 degrees to see the other edge. This is the other side, which shows the aiming line, etc. Up note, you'll notice that the camera, and you can see a distinct boundary line between what's left of the paint and the bare steel, or the steel where it's been removed to a great degree. Looks like, based on the lighting, that Coca-Cola worked best on this side. So next up is the weigh-in, where it came in at 509.25 grams, and if that sounds heavy, it's because it is. It includes the handle and the shaft, because everything's staying together. After careful filing and polishing, but no brushing or wet power wheeling yet, here it is. It's not perfect yet, though. As I can see under the magnifying glass with the daylight circle light, it needs more work done to it. I want to make sure that all of the rust and everything contaminant inside the pitting is gone, and the surface is a super mirror shine, like it should be. This picture is the same orientation as the first picture, so you can see the logo again. You'll notice tape I installed to waterproof the shaft and make sure it's protected against handling and degreasing and so on and so forth. This picture shows the black dots on the steel and the weights are not perfect yet, like I described. Because I do not want to remove any more weight than necessary or damage the surface from a conversion point of view, I'm not using any acid No gun bluing remover, no rust remover, acids, no navel jelly, hydrochloric acid, or anything like that. I want it to be perfect and the rust removed naturally. To get a mirror surface is not easy, and to explain it better, there's going to be follow-up videos so I can show you exactly how it's done and switching from one to another, making sure that the paper is fully wet and using water as your lubricant, because ahead of gun bluing it's much easier if you don't smear grease all over it first, because you have grease you don't have to get rid of, and you got to make sure you wear gloves as well too. And here the final picture shows what it looks like with the white dots. And now the rest of the work to do to get it to the final stage. So now back to work.
Oh, at last! The rust is gone, and the surface is just like a mirror. Great! Just what I wanted. Hi, I'm Jonathan Doge, and I'm the owner of Shootersolutions. I'm in the process of bluing a Scotty Cameron putter. You know, for a great looking bluing, the surface must be properly prepared. At this point, I removed the burrs and the rust, and I proceeded to polish the putter head to a mirror finish. The reason I've gone to this extent is because I want this putter looking as good or better than factory finish.